All right, so in your box you'll find that there are two handheld metal sharpeners. You want to sharpen your charcoal pencils using those and not the automatic electric sharpeners that we have. So you're always going to use the ones at your desk. You're going to sharpen carefully. You're probably going to sharpen frequently as well. You should also notice that you have little letters on the side of your pencil, and that tells the grade or the hardness or softness of the charcoal. So that one says 2B, medium. Okay, so we're working with the 2B medium first, and you're just going to take that 2B and you're going to number your value scale 1 through 6. 1 will end up being the lightest, 6 will be the darkest value. All right, so I've got my 2B medium pencil in my hand, and I just want to point out that you want to hold these charcoal pencils way different than a drawing pencil. That's how far back you want to go, and that's about the gesture, the movement you're going to do with your hand or your wrist. It was a little bit hard to show you here on the video how to actually move your hand, but you can kind of see you want to go in a diagonal motion, side to side, trying to fill it in evenly. And it is partially about pressure, but it's partially also about letting the pencil move. So letting the pencil kind of do the work for you, move back and forth. You do want to try and fill in all the gaps in your paper and make sure it's even. So if there's any gaps in your shading, you go back in and fill it in. Otherwise, it's sloppy shading. And you can see with the charcoal pencil, it goes way darker than it would normally on a regular graphite pencil. So our 1 is actually really dark. That's why we also have in our toolbox the white charcoal. So we'll use the white charcoal as a value. We'll also use the gray of the paper as a kind of intermittent value between white and our number 1. So I'm still using, actually we're going to start to work on the 6. So here's the 6, and that is using a different pencil. So I switched pencils. We're now using a 6B pencil, and this is a really soft lead. You can see right away it's like, oh my gosh, that is really rich and black. So you're going to do that one first. And I think it's easier to do the lightest and the darkest first, and then go back in and fill in the other ones. So I've just sped this up a little bit, but I'm trying to go pretty dark on that 6, as dark as it'll go, and that does mean covering every little bit of the paper. It should be a really rich, intense black that you've got going on there. So for boxes 1 and 2, we're using the 2B. For 3 and 4, we're switching to using the 4B. To 5 and 6, we'll be using the 6B. So it does involve switching pencils and realizing what pencil you have in your hand. So you're going to have to be aware of that when you're going to shade. So I've really just sped up the process so you can see I'm going in the same direction in every box, kind of at a diagonal there, and trying to get a progressive change from each box to the next. There should be a shift going on. And you'll see that by the time you get to 5, you might need to redarken your 6. That's what happened with mine. That's perfectly normal. You can go ahead and do that. You just want to make sure you see a progression between the two. So I switched over there on the 5 to the 6B.